Hello, this is Paul Krazan. I'm the Network Media Product Manager at AMX, and in this video I'm going to take you through some of the new user interface capabilities that we've implemented in Vision2 Release 7.2. One of our objectives in Release 7.2 was to increase the number of different ways that you could present videos to client user interfaces, which could be a set-top box, a tablet device, or a PC. And to help manage all of this, we've made some revisions to the administrative section for server administration. And you can basically see right here, there's this section called UI configuration. And in it, we have the different user interface types for the aminos, tablets, and a couple of different PC user interfaces. So if we look at the amino one, for instance, we now have a variety of different templates that we ship to provide different look and feel options for the amino set-top box. When you choose a template, click apply, then that template is what will be used for all the set-top boxes in your system. We have a very similar interface for the tablet user interfaces, where you can choose templates from a drop-down and apply it, and that's the user interface that people will see when they access Vision 2 from their tablet device. And then we have a couple of different PC players. These are very similar to the PC players that we had in previous versions of Vision 2, except that these are able to utilize the VLC web plugin to access, to play back streaming live H.264 video. The only difference between this player here and the MPEG player is that the top player can play the different formats such as MPEG and WMV, but the MPEG one obviously only plays MPEG. So now a question that you might consider with the templating is, what if I want to change the template to have my own look and feel? Perhaps my organization has a particular theme, or perhaps I like a certain color scheme or things like that. Well, with the templating structure that we've put in place, you have the ability to edit that, and we've actually provided a tool to help make that easier to do. So if we go here to the web page called tedit.aspx, we basically have a user interface editor that we provide. And it's a simple tool that allows you to change the different aspects of the user interface. So you can see here we have a drop-down that provides you access to the different devices that we support. And then we have the different templates, and you should recognize this as the template list that you saw in the Vision 2 interface. These are the templates that we ship with 7.2. And so we don't really recommend editing those as the default templates, but it's very easy to go over here and say I want to create a new template, and I'll give it a name. We'll just call this one Demo, and I'm going to base it on this 4x3 blue template that we already have. So I'll say Create, and it's basically going to make a copy of that existing template and give it the name that I specified. And so now we'll go in and we'll say Edit Template. And when I choose to edit template, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to edit those attributes which are defined in essentially an XML file, which allows me to change things like color and font size and certain attributes of the way things look. So as a simple example, we have this selector rectangle here. In this template, it was a light yellow. I might decide that I would prefer that it be a purple color such as this. So I can choose it there, and then I can actually go test. This allows me to see in the user interface what the impact of my change is before I commit that change to a file. So I click on the test button, it's going to re-render the image on here. And there's a lot of different things that I can edit about a template. For example, this is the thumbnail attributes. And if we go look at the main navigation page, I can see that I have a tremendous number of options here that I can control. For example, if I don't want these to be rounded rectangles, I can just set their corner radius to 0. And then when I choose Test, it's going to redraw all of those rectangles as rectangles as opposed to rounded rectangles. There it goes. Now this is all well and good, but you might notice that the background, it looks like an image. And what if I want to provide my own image, which would be one way to really radically alter the look and feel of this template? Well, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and save the changes that I made here. And we basically define a template as a series of background images and then an XML file that defines the color schemes and the fonts and the thumbnail attributes and things like that. So what you can do is download the entire contents of your template as a zip file, change out the images, and upload it back into the system. And I'll show you really quickly how that works. So we'll say we want to download, and essentially it's going to download a zip file here, and I'm going to choose to go ahead and download this into a directory I have called templates, and it's called demo.zip. So we'll go ahead and save that onto my PC. Then we'll change over to Windows Explorer. And we'll go into the templates directory. And then I'll basically go in here and I'll say that I want to unzip all of these into a directory. So now I'll go look in this directory that I created. And here is the background image. So we'll open that real quick just to look at it. And here you can see this, this blue background, which is identical to the one that was in the template. All right. Well, I have earlier in the day created a purple version of this image, of this same image. There it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the background in my demo directory. So now when I go in there, yes, it's now the purple one. And then I'm basically going to take these files and, I'm going to take these files and I'm going to zip them back up. And we'll go ahead and call this demo2 just to clarify. So there's demo2.zip. All right, now I'll go back into my UI editor and I'm going to tell it that I want to upload this file called demo2.zip. And it's going to upload that zip file back onto the server. And then what I'll need to do is go ahead and refresh my UI editor, and that's just going to allow it to go pick up that new template as one of the items that can be edited. Here it is, Demo 2. And you can see now that I'm actually able to view it with my new background image in there. And so every element of this can be edited by an end user and modified and uploaded onto the server. So now that I'm satisfied with the way it looks, I can basically go back into my Vision 2 user interface. Once that loads, then I can go down and choose my UI. I'll see my new template there called Demo 2, and I can see it even with a purple background. So that's all it takes to create new user interfaces. A similar thing for this was for the Amino, but a similar thing applies for the tablet. And so we hope that this is just the beginning of a series of refinements that we make on the client user interfaces for Vision 2. Thanks a lot.